So speaking of Netflix series, we talked about Black Mirror.
A couple of times on the show.
Yeah, a couple times on the show, and I kept saying, "Oh, I've never seen it. I've never seen it." Well, that's changed.
Yeah?
Over this last week, I've watched quite a bit of episodes. The majority of the second season, I kind of started in the middle of it with the episode "Shut Up and Dance," which is about the kid who gets the video sent to him of him jerking off, and is made
so you're talking
to,
about the third season, because you said the second season. I was confused there for a second.
Made to go out and do things like deliver a cake and then rob a bank and fight someone to the death because he's afraid of a video of him jerking off going out. And that episode in itself, up to that point, up to right before the ending, was disturbing enough. But then when you find out that the kid was jacking off to kiddie porn, it kind of like throws a whole new spin on it.
Like, you felt bad for this kid the entire
whole time. Yeah. And that kid's a great actor too, because he definitely portrayed that, and Braun's in it.
Yeah.
Braun.
Yeah.
That kind of threw me for a loop, and I ended up watching the next few episodes of that season.
The new season, the one that just came out.
The one with like the mechanical bees, and the one where like you die and you upload your brain into the San Junipero or whatever.
Did you watch the one with the horror game?
No.
Oh, I can't believe you didn't watch that one. You missed one of the best.
Well, I've been like kind of reading through like the Black Mirror subreddit and kind of seeing what episodes they suggest to watch, because the cool thing about this show is that it's an anthology. Like, not one episode is connected to the other.
Nope.
So I don't have to watch them in any kind of order.
Yeah.
So today I watched the episode White Christmas with John Hamm. That was the one they were like, if you ever start Black Mirror, start at White Christmas. And that kind of like, after I watched that episode, I turned off the TV. I went outside and sat outside for like 5-10 minutes, and then was just like, I need to get out of the house. It's just one of those things. And I saw something on one of the subreddits that they were like, I just finished watching an episode of Black Mirror. I turned my TV off and I noticed all the electronics around me. And you're like, okay. So the other episodes that I've watched of Black Mirror were the episode where the Prime Minister has to fuck a pig.
Very first episode. That's the very
fuck
first
a pig
episode.
on TV just for shits and giggles. Okay.
Just for the lulz.
And I also watched the episode of the guy where they're pedaling the exercise bikes and trying to earn points, and and it's just
get into like the singing competition reality show,
and then she has to do porn, and it's just so like depressing. And the episode where they're, I'm sorry, let me one more thing. The mechanical bees, the San Junipero episode, and the episode where it's the dude in the army, and they're referring to the unclean people as roaches, but they see them, as monsters, but they're not really monsters. And oh man, what a show.
Okay, so you said the key word. I mean, you said the word of the day when referring to Black Mirror. Depressing.
Yes.
Except for San Junipero.
Right. Now that had kind of a happy ending.
That had a happy...
At first...
I watched that episode.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to the end of it. I was like, something horrible has got to go wrong. Something terrible. Because I have watched every episode of Black Mirror up to this point, and something terrible happens at the end and throughout the course of every episode.
Right around the middle of the second act, or towards the end of the second act of each episode, is where it just gets fucked up.
Yeah.
It was like, oh shit.
San Junipero comes around. I watched the entire episode. I'm like, something has to go wrong. This is Black Mirror. Something has to go wrong. Nothing goes wrong.
Well, they kind of throw you for a loop, though, because you kind of think at the end of that episode that the black chick isn't going to join the other girl.
Yeah.
Because she's like, and so then you're like, oh no, now this girl has to live in this fake world forever without her true love. But then she shows up. Interesting side note on that episode is the girl who plays the white girl in it, is in *Halt and Catch Fire*.
Yeah.
I know I brought that show up a lot of
Yeah.
times, but yeah, she plays a character in that.
Yeah,
in
I
that
knew
show.
I recognized her. I couldn't remember
Yeah.
from what, so I actually IMDb'd her while I was watching the
Oh, yeah.
episode, and I saw that, yeah, she was in *Halt and Catch
Well,
Fire*.
what's crazy is that episode takes place largely in like an
In
80s
the
version of
quote-unquote
this,
80s,
this
yeah.
cloud universe, and so does *Halt and Catch Fire*.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I was like, hey, cool. But yeah, man, that, I can't wait to finish the rest of them.
Yeah.
But wow, that such a crazy, like, everything has to do with technology,
Mhm.
and everything, it almost seems like it's all about us being imprisoned by technology.
It's a very nihilist show.
And see, I try to be more like utopian instead of dystopian
Of
about the
course.
future.
You and me
because,
both, in general.
Because there was a documentary on Netflix. I don't know if it's still on there, but it's called The Transcendent Man, and it's about this guy named Ray Kurzweil, who basically has this whole theory that eventually San Junipero will be a reality.
Yeah.
Eventually, you'll be able to upload your consciousness into the cloud and live forever in the cloud, which you see that in that episode, but you also see like a dark side of that in the White Christmas episode, because, we've put this thing in your head that basically thinks it's you, and then we take it out, and now it's like your little home helper. But like the people that are doing it, they don't realize what they're doing to this digital version of their consciousness. Also, another episode I watched was the fucking episode where the people have like the eye thing, and like the strain on a marriage that puts, and I was just like, how horrible would that be to be either in the husband or the wife's situation? Because maybe she shouldn't have cheated, but at the same time, like, I would hate to be him too. And at the end, he fucking cuts it out with a razor blade, and oh man. Because at first I'm like, oh, that's cool, I want one of those implants. And then you see the dark, the grim, dark reality of that kind of technology. Yeah.
The show is mind-blowing. And I was telling you this, like long before when I heard that they.
It takes me a while, dude.
No, I'm not faulting. I'm not faulting you at all. I'm just saying, like, it's hard to describe Black Mirror, but the show is beautiful. It's tragic. It's haunting.
Yeah.
And
it really
makes you fucking think.
It really makes you think. And the more that, like, because I am such a lover of technology and such a cheerleader of technology, to the point where I'm like, how amazing is it that we have literally the wealth of the world's knowledge in the palm of our hands, and we take it with us wherever we go. How amazing is that? But it could very well take a dark turn, like that. The episode where with the exercise bikes, I forgot the name of that episode, but that's like very like 1984 Orwellian kind of, and bleak, gray, just
And the
reality.
thing is, like, while it plays off of a little bit of the 1984 dystopian ideals, at the same time it is still rooted, like that episode specifically, rooted in the public's obsession with reality TV.
Yeah. And social media and dumb games for fake internet points.
And the bees, the mechanical bees episode, trolling.
Trolling. And the Shut Up and Dance episode.
Trolling.
End with the troll face.
Troll face JPEG.
Yeah. And they were just like, they were doing this to these people, ruining these people's lives. Of course, they did horrible things, but they're ruining these people's lives just for fun of it.
Yeah.
Just like, got you.
For the lulz.
So, I don't know. It's I like to think of myself as a very progressive, liberal person. But at what point do we say, here's where we need to draw the line and not move further? Not progress any further beyond what point?
Yeah. I will say, the next episode of that show that you need to watch is episode 2 from this latest season.
Okay.
It's about a guy who's backpacking around the world. He ends up in England, and there is a game developer who's testing out new stuff, and he gets involved in that. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
That episode fucked my life up.
So if you were talking to somebody who had never seen the show,
I would still say White Christmas. I would still say White Christmas, and then the episode that I'm talking about.
Game. I really think that I started on a really good one, the Shut Up and Dance, because at first you're just like, oh my God, this is horrible. This is terrible. How bad would that be if that happened to you? You know?
And it is kind of similar to the very first
but
episode
at the end,
that Black Mirror ever released was the Prime Minister one. And again, he's just being trolled.
Right. But he didn't have like the dark skeletons in his closet like this kid did.
Well, he did after he did the thing.
But like that episode, Shut Up and Dance, and I immediately got on Reddit and started reading like reactions to that episode. And some of them were saying that that was their favorite episode. And so that's going to be the thing. I'm going to have to watch the rest of them, of course. But, you know, what if you were going to introduce the show, listeners at home, to somebody who has never seen it, put in the comments which episode would you want them to start on?
Yeah. I certainly wouldn't want them to start with San Junipero, because that might give them a false sense.
That would be the episode I would be like, okay, we've seen all these horrible episodes, now we're gonna watch this one.
Yes. It's a palate cleanser. It's a palate cleanser, honestly.
Some eye bleach. Honestly, I would think on a series like that, maybe it would be a good idea to have a more upbeat ending, happier ending per season. Maybe every third season. I don't know. I don't know. I still have a lot to watch.
Oh yeah,
I still do. So that's going to be the episode for this week. Episode 13.